Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen. There's a new session of NSL Live Talk, and I am so lucky that three young ladies from France are joining this time, have taken the time. It is Christine Malnis on the left, and Sophia Pecout in the middle, and Galle Giesen on the right side. And you are the three female members of the French 8-way team.
Yes.
Where are you now?
We are in Pamiers, in south of France. We are training 8-way. It is the last camp of the year, and we had a good weather. We are lucky because it's kind of, yeah, it's not so cold, and we had sunshine and blue sky. So we are lucky for the last one of the year.
Christine, how many jumps have you done in 8-way this year?
300, maybe 300, I think.
300?
400.
Did you get any 4-way jumps too? You know, we to remind everybody, those are three members of the French national team in 4-way women at the same time, but they focus on 8-way, so we'll talk about this in a moment. Did you get some 4-way jumps, training jumps done, Christine, this year? How many?
40 jumps.
40.
Not so much as well.
When you won the World Championship in 2018, how many 4-way jumps did you do then?
In 2 years, maybe 800.
800, only 4-way. Oh yeah, there was no, you were not in 8-way, right?
During 2 years, 2017 and 18, 800, the complete cycle.
Wow, fantastic. What a difference, and 40 now.
Yeah.
Gail, you were in Australia in 2018, but you didn't jump and you didn't train either, right?
Right. I was in the B team, so I trained with the B team, yes. But
yeah. And then came the big and exciting change for you.
Yeah, big project, yeah.
Project with little jumping so far.
In 4-way, yes, of course. But, I mean,
2019 actually, you know, everything was normal, kind of still. So in last year, I guess, you know, all of you did much more jumping than this year.
yes, for sure.
Let's talk about this year. So the 8-way team was in Eloy at the World Cup last year, but the lineup has also changed ever since. So it's a different lineup now that has been making the 300 jumps. And your national coach is in the team now, the famous Mathieu Bernier.
Yes, yes, we are very lucky. Mathieu is here, and he took Clémentine's slot. So for us, it's yeah, we are lucky because he's one of the most experienced guide in 8-way for sure, and so there is no big impact for us in terms of technique, you know. So it's very good news for us, for sure. For him, I think it's quite difficult because you need to be performer and coach at the same time. So, but it's a challenge as well. And for now, it's going pretty well.
And we saw that because we just saw your 8-way performance for the NSL Cloud Mondial. Thank you very much for being a part of that. Because it made it, you know, so exciting, so much more exciting. Since 8-way is a very exciting event now, you know, some people say it will be more interesting and more exciting than the 4-way competition. And we saw that again, you ended up with a 2-point difference, right?
Yeah.
And thanks to you as well, because to organize this event, because I think all teams was a little bit sad after Dillon this year. The Shamrock was cancelled because nobody was there anymore, and every teams after the Russia delay has been delayed. There is no competition this year, and for sure it's not. You need to have a goal. If you train, you want to train for something. So this was it was a good target for us. This draw, even if it has been very difficult to do it because we had a particular year, but finally we did it, and it was a good thing for us.
Well, as you can imagine, I'm very glad to hear that. Thanks for the, for the credit. And I'm not, I don't think this will be over for now, because I think it doesn't really look so promising across the planet. The virus is still spreading. So I'm preparing myself now to continue to do the same thing on a regular basis, every other month or whatever, so we have something at least to focus on and to do. So we shall see how that goes. You also have a change. Things are different in four-way now. You have a new four-way member, Pamela Lisa Jou. I wish she were here. We all love Pamela. I know that you like her a lot. I like her a lot. Everybody likes her, and so she's back in the team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Has she done those 40 jumps with you this year?
Yeah, at the end of the year, yeah, we did jump a little bit with her. Yeah.
We had a camp in Gap only for four-way, so it was not a lot of jumps, but it was for Pamela. She did the first jump since 2 years in Gap with us.
Yeah, she hadn't jumped since Australia, so yeah, it was good for her to come back a little without any tension, or it wasn't a big training camp anyway, so it was good for her to just come back and
so she is only playing her guitar in the meantime and things. Okay, let's do something. I would like to look at the 8-way jumps and get some comments from you. You probably have debriefed them already carefully, and you have taken a look at the Pecout airspeed XP8 jumps and your own. So give us a little bit feedback while I'm just going to play it here. Talk a little bit about what you liked and what you did not, and thoughts, just like a debriefing. Here, this is round 1 here of the competition, and pretend you are debriefing it now with. Now, first of all, let's do this. How about you first tell us where you are actually? I'm sure people would love to know. We already figured out in the 8-way live talk that Mathieu is the guy with a black helmet, easy to find. So let's show us where you are.
Already, but yes, Mathieu is a black helmet, and the girls, we are the red helmet, and the boys are the blue helmets. The boys from the 4-way open team. So Mathieu took Martin's slot, and for this flight, we are not so clean. I think this is the most important point of the flight. We are a little bit disappointed. We were not happy of this one.
You weren't so happy?
Because we need to be clear. It's like, I don't know what we can say, but it's like a little cat. We are moving a lot, but it's for nothing. Yeah, so maybe a little bit nervous, or I don't know. There is as well, we change slots.
Slot switcher.
So I think everything in one jump, no, we are not happy at all. And for sure, XP are ahead.
Yeah, they did a great round.
And they did a great round, yes. They are very clean. You seems everything is easy, everything is slow, but it's a good way, huh? For sure. At the end, you have more points. Huh? If you move in every direction, for the keyman, it's very hard to do a fast key because you need to check everything because everyone is moving. Anyway.
Yeah, and I do a bust, so
yes.
That's also
not a good one. Not a good start, but this is not a big problem. You know, competition is long, so okay. It's always better to have a good start, but we can do good things anyway, even with this.
Yeah, and you are very experienced, so you know that one round, you know, is just one round, and there are 9 other rounds coming. So you are world champions still, and you know how a competition works like. However, you know, you got a lot of credit actually from Matt Davidson and Jeremy. You know, they did the debriefing and, you know, the NSL live talk on the 8-way. And we will see later on, you know, the later rounds, as you already mentioned, some of them were, you know, really exciting. So let's go back and look at round 2. And I still would like to know a little bit more. I mean, we do know, this is round 2 now, we do know now that the boys have the blue helmet, Mathieu has the black helmet, and you have the red helmets, but who is who? I think if I have that correctly, then Galle is on the bottom, they're on the rear end, right?
Yes, exactly, yeah. It's maybe easier when we look at a jump without slot switching, yeah. Yes. So I'm on the tail slot, yeah.
And I am with Alban. Alban is the tail with Galle, and I am the red helmet with Alban as well. And Christine, she is on the left side of the screen.
Which is almost like in 4-way, right? In 4-way, Galle, you are the tail, and Sophia, and
exactly.
Christine is the point.
Yeah, I'm the tail, and you're in the center. Yeah, that's same idea. It's true. Yeah.
Which is, now we know also where Sophia is, of course. That's the third one in the center there.
Yes.
Okay. So did you like this one already a little better?
Yes, the feeling was better. The feeling for sure, because it's smooth more than the first one. But for this one, we notice that the key are slow. We are losing time with the key because I think the block technique is okay. We notice that we move fast. Everyone can move fast, so we don't have any problem of speed. But we just need to be faster on the key. And this is what we are working now during this training camp, and we will focus a lot on this next year as well. We know that the key are really, really better with the XP team, and we need to do better on this.
Well, we have the XP8 team has a lot of 8-way experience in the team, and especially in the center, in the key slots, right? And here in your team, now Mathieu is back in, but when Clementine was in there, and you, who are the key people? The main is probably Kevin is in a key slot, is he?
Yes, exactly.
So Kevin and
they are doing the most of the key. Yes. Yes.
So Kevin is totally new. I mean, not totally new, but relatively new to 8-way, and everybody else except for Mathieu is, you know, it doesn't.
He did 2 years 8-way before to be in the 4-way open team. He was with the 8-way team called Venturi, and they came to the World Championship in 2014. And they finished at the 3rd place. So he knows 8-way, not a lot, but he knows 8-way more than everyone here.
Yeah. So I mean, then you compare it to Brian Krause or Kirk Werner, or you know.
Anywhere. But I think you can see it during the flight. We are the young team, so we move fast. We have a lot of energy, maybe more, maybe too much, and. In front, you have the XP team, the experience. They are calm, and you can see it in the flight. they are moving slow, but they do fast key because it seems easy because everyone is clean. So we need to work on it. We know it. It's logical.
Yeah, and you got a lot of credit for the energy and the moves, you know, especially Albang. Let's look at Albang just for, you know, we're talking about with you, you know, but let's look at Albang because he got so much credit from Matt and Jeremy, you know, for his, I mean, how old is he? How old is he now? 18, 19?
21.
21.
2020, I think. He's not yet 21.
Yeah, he will be 21 next year. So he was glad to be, he can drink alcohol in Russia, you know. Yes, he's very talented. He's very young, he had a lot of energy. He needs to canalize this energy, but for sure he will be there during the next 3 years.
Yeah. How about this round?
Yeah, I think it's globally the same thing. We have a lot of energy, as you said, but yeah, we move fast, so we need to be a little bit more calm. We also have busts in there, so I think one bust, and yeah, just fly cleaner globally.
And the 6 are very small. We noticed that maybe it's too small because if you touch other people, it happens. It's a problem. So maybe we need to be. It's a good thing, but it can be a problem as well. And the bust on this one, it's the same thing. Huh? We need to be faster on the bust, on the key. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Block 3 is like really rapid block. The keys aren't that fast. So
for now, we are focusing on doing the right thing. Everything is good. Okay, I can do the key. Now we need to take a little bit a risk, you know, a controlled risk, but we need to go faster and see what happens. We see it with the team XP. Everything is quite perfect, but the most impressive thing is the key. Huh? The key are on the right time and they are not losing any seconds. We need to do the same.
Something to work on. So this was what we called the first day. There was no first day, of course, for anybody, but we just tried to simulate in our competition. Those were the first 3 jumps. XP8 was kind of running away a little bit, you know, after the first 3 rounds, and then came the second, not the second day. You know, my mouth wants to say that. I know it's the second part of it, like we divided the rounds, and then things began to change a little bit. You know, here in round 4, you tied XP8, I think, for the first time in the meet.
All the other rounds.
And so the second day was, I mean, not the second day, the second part, the next 3 rounds saw a more controlled French team, or what changed?
I don't know if it's more control, but because we lose time a little bit during the exit, but the block 10 are a little bit better, I think. Maybe more tight. And we had during, I think it's later during the flight, we had a good key from Kevin because it was almost a bust, but it just on the right time, at the right time. And the block 9 as well, they are good, so we don't lose so much time. I think it's not a perfect one for sure. We have a lot of things to work, but it's not so bad. You know, the E, it's not what we need to do. Huh? The E are completely, there is a lot of momentum. We need to fix it, but we save it. We can say that, we save it.
Yep. The E, talking about the Rubik key, it's a difficult formation to key anyway. So here we're going into round 5 now, and I think we had a penalty out the door there, did we? Was it Michelle?
Yes.
Yeah. We saw that a few times. And Michel is new to. He changed from 4-way to 8-way now, right?
Yes.
So he's still working on his exit, I guess. You know, I don't know. What?
In fact, Michel had decided to stop the 8-way. You know, breaking news.
Yeah, I didn't know.
He don't have so much time this year. It's he's quite busy, in fact. So he decided to put on hold the 8-way. He will film our team for the 4-way.
Okay.
David is taking already the slot, video man.
Oh, I see. Okay, well,
Let's see. We will have new video.
New news. So who was filming? Who was filming the competition jumps here?
Michel. Michel was filming.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was Michel.
After the last camp, he just called us and he decided to stop 8-way. He doesn't have enough time to do both teams.
And David, he was filming he's filming the 4-way team, the boys, right?
Yeah, and he was filming as well the 8-way during the year, but we didn't do so much then. But Michel has not so much availability, so sometimes David was filming 8-way, so he's not completely new on this job. So same thing, we are lucky because we lost our video man, but we have a very good replacement to come. So lucky again.
And you have an alternate, in place in case you need him. Michel knows 8-way now, so
yes,
so you're in good hands. And he is filming your 4-way team because you're not training that much, so he has enough time for that.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so in Russia.
Okay, let's go to the next round, because now I think the next one is the first one where you won a round, right? You tied one here. This was round. So now came round 6, and you were probably happier with that one. Let's take a look and tell us.
Not a bad one. We were not so happy again. We are never happy, but
yeah.
the D exit is it's very, very complicated. So we lose a little bit time, but we need to fix it as well. Block 20 are not so bad. 15 as well. The D compressed a lot. So we did some mistakes. It's not a good one, but we manage. There is momentum as well to build the 15. You can see that when you have the V slots, the D is not so good, but it's this one is good. This one we fix the problem. 15 are okay. No, it's not a bad one. We did some mistakes, but we manage it, and we know as well that we won the round because not because we did a very good round, because the XP team did some mistake as well, and a big one. The brain lock at the end. We know that it's very long, and if there is no brain lock, the score will not be the same. So we are completely aware that we don't won the round because we are good. Because it's not a mistake, it's not the same.
Yeah, it still looks pretty good. That's funny. Have you ever met a team? Have you ever met a team yet, or like an ambitious team that would flawlessly say this was a great jump? I always, you say it that sometimes it's a good jump, but there's always something that you want to do better, right?
I hope for the XP, I think when they did the 3 blocks, I think they were happy. I hope so, because it's a good one. I don't know if you can do really much better. So sometimes it happens, not here for us, but sometimes it's happened. And when it's the case, you have to do it as well. You don't have to be shy. When it's a good one, you can be proud and be happy.
Yeah, but exactly. It's important to be happy.
Mistakes,
so which XP8 jump are you relating to now? Which where you said you were hoping? Which one was it? Round 3?
Yes.
Okay, let's take a look at it. I'm curious now. Here's what the French team would consider a very good jump of the US team. So let's take a look at this and see how they were doing.
Exit is very good.
Yeah, and you can debrief them for them now. That's okay. They say their stars getting a little bit big sometimes.
As we say now, the key during block 3 are perfect. It's like a random, like this.
Yeah.
Block 6, block 7, you don't lose time. Okay, key, easy, key, easy, key. It's like you don't have anything to say. 3, 6 are tight as well, but they had some space to turn, so it's better than our 6. It's a good one. Nothing to say.
Are you studying the XB8 jumps as well as you are studying and looking at your own jumps? Did you
sure, yeah. We debriefed the competition with Mathieu 2 days ago. Yes, for sure. This is one of the first things we did. But you have to look at the competitors, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're doing the same with our jumps. So,
so what did you learn from the Germans?
Well done. Well done.
They have a very good exit. Yeah. It's like a really solid exit also. Yeah. It's yeah.
True. Yep. Very true.
They are clean. They are clean and
very
sometimes they are cleaner than us, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
They have a very good camera too, in fact.
Yes. Also,
Well, hopefully we will also see the Russian team. They are planning to train in December in Dubai, and they said they will try to also do the rounds. And then I'm hoping as to get them. It's much later and so forth. But who cares? At this point in time, it's just something to look at and to compare, and everybody would like it. So hopefully we'll see that too. Let's look at your next round here, round 7, I believe we are now. No, that we just watched 7, did we? 17 PA.
No, we don't have a look on the 7. Not yet.
17.
Oh no, we just looked at 6, the first round that you won. Then on the second, on round 7, it got even better because that round you won by 3 points. 1 penalty for XP8, but 2 points, in normal working time. But you can probably tell us what happened between you and XP8 here.
Yes, we were quite happy on this one because same thing, there is some mistake, like the exit is a little bit long. The block 1 it's the girl inside. We have a lot of energy, too much, and not control the end of 1. And we had as well. No, it's not so beautiful. The end. We had a 17 as well with Alban. It's we need to wait for him, but it's a good thing because everyone is waiting. The key is at the right moment. He can fly after. So it's same thing. Not a good one, but we manage the mistakes.
Yeah, let's look at block 17. It is right. You say you're applying a different technique.
Yes.
Than XB8 is doing. Are you committed to that, or are you just looking at different ways how to do it, or is this a way?
We tried both ways last year, but we decided to keep this one. So it's a choice. We think it's maybe it's a little bit risky, but we think it's a good way to do it. We choose this one. So
if we look at Christine's side, Christine and who is flying with you there, Christine? Who is your peace partner?
Damien.
Damien. So between Christine and Damien, it seems to work really nicely. The cogging technique. So I guess that just needs to be fixed on the rear side, and then it's probably the fastest because XB8. yeah, has a very different technique, and it also is not perfect at this point.
Yes, but we find out that it's quite the same in terms of timing. I don't know if there is a real advantage for one or the other, but it's a question of preference, how you want to fly, and we decided to fly like this. But I think both can be okay.
What specifically did you like better on this technique compared to the other one, if you tried both? Just
Well,
because
you have no risk to touch, right? You have no risk of collision between the one turning and yeah.
And we saw it with the XP, they touch on the left side, so it can be a problem, and we don't want to have it.
Yeah.
So well, it is super interesting, of course. I love to see that you do things differently, because then it makes it more interesting. If everybody would do exactly the same, you couldn't compare and experiment and all that. Let's go to 8. 7. This is the one that around that XP8 won again.
Yeah.
Great
weather.
Welcome in Pamiers.
Oh my! Is that in Pamiers too?
Yes. 3 weeks ago.
Jeez.
And now it's blue sky.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. Well, good. Better that.
Yeah.
That doesn't look very fun. No, the beginning of part of.
No, it wasn't.
It is still wet.
The whole week was like this. It was very difficult to train and to do this draw. But anyway, we find out. So yes, block 12 a little bit difficult. We have a brain lock, and now we lose some time.
Nice 8.
They are quite good. We are happy of the block. Even if there is on the B slot, there is a little too much momentum, so we lose time to go on the queue. So same thing, for sure, it's not perfect. We have some regrets, like here, too much momentum. The timing is end, but I think the queue after the freeze frame will not be very fast. But we saw that the XP, they have another 12. To go to the 8, it's for sure better. So same thing, it's a choice. And maybe we don't have the good 12 to go to the 8, but we have to do with our choice.
Let's go to round 9. 2 more rounds to go. Round 9, a 6-point sequence there again, and another 1-point advantage for. So the 2-point difference came in the last 2 rounds, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think here it's the same. It's B slot, and well, the blocks aren't perfect in B slot, and especially the keys are. There's a huge difference between A and B slot, and well, that's on me, by the way. So I know what I have to work on, because I take Kevin's slot when we switch.
So it's a Norwegian box that is creating slot switch for everybody then, or is it only for half of the team?
Everyone.
Everybody. And you can see it for sure on the B slot. Everyone is. It's not the same flight. You can see it.
It doesn't look like the same team even when you look at the different.
Well, you can see it. For me, I have to say, the B slot pages look pretty good to me too. But, you see it differently, of course, than the audience. So, but I think overall it was also looks good. Looks good to me.
Good.
And not much of a difference to the XP8 slot. I mean, B slots for the whole team, that's a tough one. It doesn't happen that often in 8-way, right? In 4-way, in 4-way we have it at least 2 times, block 5, block 17, but in 8-way, Norwegian box.
11 and 12.
It's 2 times.
Yeah.
But in 8-way you have more chance to switch and to have to go back to your original place. So sometimes you have less than 2 slot switching in the competition. And as we didn't train so much this year, for sure the B slot you even less. So it's sometimes it's a little bit new and we have to deal with it, especially for the key. If you don't train, it's complicated to do a fast key when you never train, or not so much at this slot. So for Galle, it's hard because it's she takes yes, a key man slot. You cannot be a key man in one day. Huh? It's not so easy.
We have 1 year.
Exactly.
We saw that a few times. You know, we saw that a few times. This swing moves. You know, XB8 had a few. I remember, I think to block 1 it was once, and then to, I don't know, somewhere else. And the German team had a few swing moves to get out of, you know, the trap there. But yeah, it's tough. So let's look at the last one here, round 10, the last one, which you tied again, I believe. Yes, you did, both with 1 penalty. And then we had the 2-point difference at the end. Round 10. You didn't do round 11 because the weather didn't play it, or did you not know it was a part of it, or you just, okay.
We didn't even think about it. For sure, the weather was not good, so
Yeah.
we just tried to finish the 10 rounds, and maybe I think we can have time to do the last one, but we didn't think about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it, you know, 10 rounds is what we are used to, obviously.
Exactly. Exactly. So on this one, same thing. We finish with disappointing flights because 14 blocks, there is 1 bust. It's on me. It was not very smooth. We have to fight to get this one is not so bad, but the previous 14 was not good. And we noticed the block 2 are good, for sure, we are happy. We will not work on it especially, it's already done. But we noticed that to go from 2 to G for XP, it's fast. So it's done like this. For us, the block 2 is good, but block 2 and the key and the G, it's not good at all because we are moving. We are moving, so the G is far, so you lose time. If you take the time for the whole sequence, we are not losing. We are losing time. So we know it's that's the conclusion of everything. We have a good block time, but the whole sequence is not it's not a performance. So we need to work on the key and to be clean.
Sophia, you are really talking like an 8-way expert there now. You know,
everything already, so I'm just talking like I just repeat what my teacher said.
But then you
coach also, so she knows what she's talking about.
But then you are actually, because you and Christine, you have been doing the Wemby girls for quite a few years now. And for expertise, indoor, outdoor, you know, the blocks are the same and the techniques are similar. So I guess you had some kind of experience going into the outdoor 8-way training and competition, or with your Wemby girls history.
Yeah, it helps. For sure, you know already techniques and everything. But as everything, tunnel is not the sky. Huh? You know how it is. We have to fix the exit. We have some problems at the exit. We lose some time, so we have to fix it, and you cannot work on it in the tunnel. So it helps, but you need to jump anyway.
Only Galle is new to everything. Oh, poor Galle. How do you deal with that? A lot of information. Not you, totally, you know, but
yeah. So basically, so I know the blocks and everything in 8-way. I mean, I did some 8-way before, and certainly not this volume, this amount. But mostly I have to work on my own technique, on individually, and that I can do 4-way, 8-way, it doesn't matter. I mean, just learn to fly really clean and to have, let's say fast move, but that stops actually, and doesn't have too much momentum and things like that. So those are the things that I guess I have to work on, and Alban also as well. We both are the two young ones, let's say.
So, you know, we're finishing here with a 2-point difference again. We had you outscored XP8 actually at the World Cup, right? So here's the leaderboard of the World Cup, where you ended up 4 points ahead of XP8, you know, a little bit 5 points behind the Russian team. Is that, what does it tell you? You know, between October 19 and now, XP8 has taken the top position now, and you are behind them. Well, what does it tell you?
Honestly, I will not tell you that we are happy about it. We never want to second. But we had a tough year. It's not an excuse. It doesn't explain everything, but we had a tough year. We did like 2 very small camps. Then we had a break for 5 months. We had Mathieu takes Clémentine's place during the lockdown in France. So we jump in June again with Mathieu. So we have to be, even if Mathieu is he's one of the best, you know how it is. You have to be, you need time to fly with him. And then July, we had a very bad weather condition. We were supposed to do your draw in July, but we did, I don't know how many jumps, but not a lot. So we were not able to do your draw. August, we didn't jump. And September, we had a big camp and I was COVID positive as the first day. Bad luck. So we canceled the camp. And we didn't do the draw again. So back to October, and October, as you can see, it was as well very bad weather condition. It was a lot of wind and cloud and rain and everything. So we try to do the jumps when we can, and we do your draw in the middle of our training jumps. So honestly, not an excuse. We are not happy of the draw. We are not happy of our way of flying. But the year was not so easy. So we are very confident. We stay confident for next year. We know what we need to work. We have time to do it, and so for me, it's everything is okay. Huh? It's on the road. Huh? We don't have any big problems that we cannot manage, I think.
Sounds pretty crazy to me that year, yeah. It's crazy for all of us, but if you are in skydiving competition, that's one of the craziest stories that I've heard so far. So I hope it will get better for you soon.
We hope so.
On top of all that, you are switching back, you have to switch back between 4-way and 8-way. I mean, you know, the S-Speed guys, Michael and Niklas, they're doing the same, and Michelle and Gina, you know, they also have their own teams, but not at the World Meet, you know, so they are doing it whenever they're off and not doing 8-way. But you have to compete at the World Meet in 4-way. Have to sound so negative. You're so lucky that you can do 4-way and 8-way. Yeah. So let's talk just a little bit. Gosh, you know, I could talk for hours with you anyway, but let's try to make it a little shorter. But first of all, I want to ask, now that you are doing both, you know, quite intensively, what do you like better? Christine, what do you like better, 4-way or 8-way?
I don't know. I think 4-way.
Indoor or outdoor?
Outdoor.
Outdoor. Oh, that's good to hear. Oh, cool. Okay, 4-way. Well, I'm on your side with both. And Sophia and Galle.
Honestly, I don't know what I prefer. I like both, and this is I'm very happy to do both teams, because when you are tired of 8-way, because it's not moving fast, it's slow, it's heavy, you know how it is. You are very happy to go back to four-way because everything seems easy. And then when you do four-way a lot, you want to go back with your 8-way team and to with the boys. So it's very good to have both, I think. You can balance your game.
Galle, same thing.
Me, well, since I don't have this many jumps in four-way than the girls, I'm always very happy to go back to four-way because we do a lot of 8-way as we already said, and so definitely like changing from 8-way to four-way, it's really awesome. It's like you're just feeling like, oh, there are only 4 people.
It's like freedom.
Yeah, and I can move fast. It doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, it's great.
Well, I'm hoping very much that we will be able to give you the real life opportunity, practice opportunity at the Shamrock, where we apply the same format as at the World Meet. You have 4-way and 8-way on the same day. First 4-way, then 8-way, or the other way around. And then you will see how it really is.
Yeah, but that's good. That's what we need, right? I mean, we had that at the World Cup, and you can already see what it's another competition, right? When you're in two.
Oh yeah, you did it already at the World Cup, of course. Yeah. So how was that? What did you take out of it? Was it fun? Was it exhausting? Was it how did you feel about it in Eloy?
Maybe you can compare it to.
No, for me it was quite good. You feel that you don't have time to be tired. You need to wait at the end because sometimes you have a half day off when you do only one team to rest a little bit. Now we don't have time for this, but if you are prepared, it's okay. Please, the boys they are very nice with us when we do the 4-way. Sometimes in Eloy they packed us. Sometimes it's good to feel that you are supported when it's a little bit hard. So no, for me it was okay, but maybe at the World Championship it will not be the same. Maybe when you are at the end of your training, you have the full pressure, and maybe it's easy, more easy for sure. But Mathieu, he's used to it. So we have a good coach for this event.
Yeah, in Eloy, he didn't even know that he would be in the 8-way team by then.
Exactly.
Beaucoup de café pour une journée, Christine.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll make sure that we have good coffee here in Florida. When there are some good coffee shops, so we'll make sure we have plenty of it. I'm going to write a note. Coffee.
One, yes.
Coffee for Shamrock. Okay, so we talked briefly a little earlier. I explained with the XPG4 team that they, at least Morgan and Irina, they have normal jobs. They are not professional competitors. You have personal lives too still, right? I mean, you do other things. What are you doing when you're not training and not competing in your normal lives? Well, nothing is normal at this point in time, but let's just assume it is a normal life. What are you doing then?
I am indoor instructor skydiving, but now with the situation it's difficult to work. So I don't work a lot this year.
Yes, you work at Wemby, right? Normally. And I haven't talked to Julien in a long time. I wanted to. It's on my list actually to talk to him. But is the tunnel closed or is it still operating?
No, Wimby it's closed, but sometimes it's open, and after government decision, it's closed and open again and close. So it's
difficult for you, you know, if this is your full-time job. Does the government actually help with that, kind of to support lives? And
yes, we have help government,
mm-hmm.
but we don't apply.
Yeah.
We are lucky in France because they help when you don't work because of the COVID, you have like 80% of your salary.
Oh, that is good. Socialism, socialism.
Yes, welcome in France.
Yeah, there's nothing like this here where I live, but it is nice to have that security, of course. Sophia, how about you? What was that, Gail? Sorry.
We have also healthcare, so that's awesome.
Really, yeah.
Another story, yes. Yeah.
Another story. We don't want to get into political stuff, you know.
No, sorry.
I had more than enough of that in the past weeks, months, years. So, Sophia, what about you? What are you doing when you're not training, competing?
I am buyer in electronics. I work for a French company, and for almost 1 year now, I work from home. I think because we had a big strike beginning of this year in France and particularly in Paris. So I cannot go to work, go to the office because of there were no transportation at all, and then COVID. So we work from home. So I'm very happy. I have a new life. Not very, I'm very tired. It's quite easy for me now.
Well, good. You know that if life can continue like this, but you still cannot do everything that you would like to do. Of course, you know nobody can. Gail, you are working too from home.
Yes. I'm an engineer at the French Space Agency, and yeah, for now we're working from home during the lockdown. The 3 months of lockdown we had from March on, and now again. If we have to go on site, we can. This time, if for some reason we need to go, but otherwise we can do everything from home.
And Sophia, you mentioned earlier that you were tested positive at some point. Did
Yes,
you? Yeah, so the training had to be cancelled and all that. Did you have?
Yeah. I'm laughing, but it was not funny. You know, we had a big camp scheduled in Lille to do 8-way, beautiful weather condition, and the first day I felt that I didn't felt anything. I had no taste, nothing. So I said, I have a problem, maybe. So I got tested positive, and so it's not a big deal because I didn't have any serious symptoms, yes. But for sure, I mean, we had to cancel the camp. But I think it's one of the most it's one of the problems we will have in the next few months. We are lucky for now. I am the only one tested positive, but I hope that it will not be the case camp after camp, because if we need to get it all in one time. Like this, it's done. But it was the risk. We were talking about this. Who will be the next one? Who will get it? I did.
You can put money on it if you want.
Yeah.
Well, on that topic, and I'm sure you know that by now, but yesterday the indoor world meet in Slovakia next year was cancelled, and so we have no indoor coming up for next year, no competition that we know about. We don't know about World Challenge, we don't know about anything. I guess I have to extend the NSL Cloud Mondial to indoor competition now. And I will. I mean, the World Tunnel League has been there already for a while, so I just have to extend it now and do it a little bit similar way as we did it now. And I think I will, because there's nothing left now anymore. We don't know about Tanai yet. That is also still a question mark. The FAI, IC, that will talk about this in January or at their meeting. So who knows what next year is going to be like. But
Yeah.
I will try my best to continue. You know, it is really sad that we don't have the social part of it. I would love to have a glass of wine or a cup of coffee, you know, and dance a little bit or whatever we do when we meet. You know, that those kind of fun things. It's all, if you do it on the computer, on the internet, it's not the same. We all know that. But it's something at least. So, you know,
Yes. Thanks to you.
I'll do my best to do that kind of part, and at least something that I can do. That was a lot of information and a lot of time you gave us, the audience, me. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. And I hope that things will get better for all of us soon. Good luck to you, to us, to everybody. Say hello to the team.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
we
want
will.
to see you face to face in a few months. We hope
Yeah.
so.
March would be awesome.
I very much hope so. So let's. Well, there's a rumor of vaccination now and all that. So hopefully,
Yeah.
Now we have a little bit. We have some hope. Let's see.
Hope.
Yes, hope.
there is hope.
Start. Since months we don't have hope. Now we have. So.
Okay, merci beaucoup again. Au revoir.
Wow.
Cheers. And hope to see you soon.
Yes.
Yes.